Hello fellow duelists, this is Shadow of the Moon and welcome to an updated deck profile of my Blackwing deck for June of 2024. So this version is going to be the Kali Yuga version and has been topping a lot of locals and actually even topping a lot of regionals and YCSs lately, or at least some of them, with this build, because Kali Yuga is very hard to get around because it pretty much locks your opponent out from playing the game on their turn, and also acts as a heavy storm as the secondary effect, making it to where they destroy all their back row and your back row. So if it's a trap player, they're not even really able to have anything set. And yeah, this deck is very, very, very competitive. This is probably one of the most competitive Blackwing decks right now in terms of this is probably one of the best that you could be playing. One thing, though, that I wanted to discuss before I get started in this deck profile is that as a Blackwing player, personally, I kind of take offense when one person says this deck is the best, or one person says this deck is the best, or, you know, everyone's bashing each other in the community and talking about it. Because, look, check it out. We are all part of one community. We are the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and even more so, we are even in a sub-community, the Blackwing community. So, to me, if one person is topping and one person's doing good, then we're all doing good, and I think that we all should benefit from that, because as a Blackwing player, I'm proud of my Blackwing decks. I like playing with all different Blackwing decks and all different variants, because all of them are very unique and have their own way of doing things. So, let's, cut back on the bashing of a certain way that you play, because at the end of the day, we're all still playing Blackwings, and Blackwings are a lot of fun just to play no matter what. So play a deck that's comfortably. If you feel more comfortable playing Kali Yuga, if you feel more comfortable playing King Calamity, more maybe a pure Synchro build, maybe you feel more comfortable even playing Bestials or Horus, or playing Centurion Blackwings, or if you even feel comfortable playing maybe Indestructible or just like Blackwing Burn or whatever have you, that's fine. That is totally up to you as a person, and I respect you for that, because we're all here at the end of the day. We're all enjoying the game. We're all playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So, alright, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into the deck profile. So, I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches my content. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Always will. And I'm looking forward to showing you this deck profile. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Monoke7920, I believe it was, who had posted in my last King Kali Yuga build about adding Zonda and Kunai. I actually did not realize how good these cards were, and I actually do, appreciate and want to say thank you for helping me with those suggestions, because I went back and I looked at other deck profiles and noticed that a lot of people were doing it too, and realizing this is a really easy way, another alternative way to bring out King Calamity using the rank 5. So, obviously, I'm not going to do introductions for any of these because a lot of people know what these do. You got Simoon. Simoon is the starter. You've got Shamal. 3 Shamal is the starter. These are all staples. These are all generic. 3 Sudris. Once again, generic, because Sudris is another card combo. And this deck has so many 2-card combos in here. You have 3 Vatas. So pretty much right off the bat, you're playing 12 of the same Blackwings. So now we're going to go on to the one-ofs. And there are a lot in here, but this is just personal preference. So obviously Zonda. Zonda's a great addition because you can banish this card from your deck to, banish this card from your graveyard, to special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from your deck or hand. So you can use Kunai, you can use Simoon, and then you can go from there to actually add more Blackwing. So it's another way to go into Kali Yuga. And then you have Kunai. So Kunai is really good too, because he can make another monster level 5 as well. So you can go into your Brave Strix if you are able to go that route and you're not able to go the other way. And then you've got Zephyros the Elite. Zephyros the Elite, obviously staple, bounce back. Gale, always will play Gale in these decks. You got Hamartin the Dust. I love Hamartin. You've got your Sharanga. You love Sharanga. And then lastly, you've got your Chinook. So obviously, I'm playing 7 variants of the original ones, or 7 variants of the one-ofs. You can play less if you want to. Like, you don't have to play Gale. I like playing Gale, so that's just me, my personal preference. And then the Searcher, you've got your Assault Synchron. Assault Synchron is really, really good in this deck because it searches for a lot of your combo starters. And that's it for the main deck. So there's 20 cards, or not main deck, monsters. You got 20 monsters. So now we're going to move on to the spells and traps. So you've got triple black Whirlwind. This card is the starter card of the deck. You've got 1 Black Feather Whirlwind. If you feel more comfortable having another one, you can add another one to the deck and cut something out. I like running 1 because your run is really all you need, as long as, in my opinion, you're running 2 or 3 Black Whirlwinds in the deck. And then you've got 3 Small World. So you've got 3 Small World in here. This is a great bridge, and also is one of the reasons why I'm not playing as many Pot of Prosperities, because I don't feel like Pot of Prosperity is as necessary. in this build or in most Blackwing builds anymore, because we have so much consistency in Blackwings now to be able to just constantly get combo starters, and there's so many of them, so you have a very good chance of drawing into them in your opening hand and already having what you need. But if you don't, this is a good way to kind of bridge out and add those cards to your hand. And then just one Pot of Prosperity. If you don't want to even use this, you don't have to. Or if you want to bump this up to 3, you could take out Twin Shadow or take out a Black Whirlwind. That is completely up to you. But 1 for now works perfectly because it's just the 1 Pot of Prosperity is really all you need. And then for the rank ups, you've got rank up Skip, which goes into Arsenal Falcon, and rank up Magic Launch, which will go into Brave Strix. So before we get started, these cards aren't, or before we finish this, these cards are not bricks. If you draw into these, this is just one less card that you have to search for, so you do technically never really brick with these. The only way that you really would brick in a way is if you get Zonda, or, but even then, Zonda and Kunai, you would still banish using Simoon's effect or Small World's effect, and you would still have use for it. I mean, it would just be another way. So there's really not really that many bricks in this deck that I feel. And then obviously Twin Shadow, you don't have to play Twin Shadow. This is just my personal preference because I love this card. I wish this card was ultra rare or secret rare because that's how much I love that card. Alright, so for the hand traps, typical Ash, 3 effect failure, and 3 imperm. So these are the staples. These right here are all 6 of the staples, or 9 of the staples. You've got Ash, Effect Failure, and Imperm. Right now, these are what's really big. You can have Droll, you can have Dimension Shifter, you can have whatever other staples that you would like. But right now, I'm just playing these because they're the easiest to be accessible, and they're also some of the best ones. Alright, so let's move on to the extra deck. That is it for the main deck. So we're going to go into 2 Assault and 1 Blackwing Dragon, obviously standard. And here, because you can burn your opponent for 1,400 points of damage if you choose to go more the Synchro route and you're not able to set up for Kali Yuga, this is another alternative that you can do. And then we have 1 Blackwing Full Armor Master and 1 Blackwing Armor Master, because I obviously will never take this guy out. Armor Master is really fun, and Blackwing Full Armor Master obviously is a tower like Ultimate Falcon is, so it's very hard to get over. And then you got Notham the Starlight, which is a good combo extender because it does 800 points of damage to your opponent, decreases your monster's attack by 800, your opponent's monster's attack, and allows you to an additional normal summon. And then you've got, lastly, for the Blackwings, you've got Blackwing Borestorm the Wicked Wind. You dump a monster to the graveyard, what Blackwing is, and it makes the level of the monster that you put in the graveyard, so you get like level 2 or level 4, and you can go on from there. Alright, so that's it for the Synchro versions. Now we're going to go into the Kali Yuga version. So obviously, Ultimate Falcon, Arsenal Falcon, and Kali Yuga. So the way this build, and I am going to be posting a video alongside this, so stay tuned for that. That will actually show you how to go into Kali Yuga, the new way to do it, since we don't have Borreload Savage Dragon in here. So Ultimate Falcon is a way to be able to get this out, because what you're going to be essentially doing is you're going to be linking away this with Raid Raptor, Strix, and then another monster to go into your Darkness Metal. And then when this goes to the graveyard and it had a Raid Raptor attached to it, you can special summon a Raid Raptor Exceed monster from your extra deck. Ergo, you're going to be special summoning Ultimate Falcon. And then Kali Yuga is the big boss monster of the deck. Obviously, this is what you're going to be doing to kind of turn skip your opponent. And this is pretty much the main part of the deck is the Kali Yuga. But if you're not able to go into Kali Yuga, you do have other routes to go into. And then for the secondary, you've got Brave Strix, Raider's Knight, and Jin Buster. Jin Buster I love in here because Jin Buster is a nice little tech card to kind of get around Nibiru. And then you have Raid Raptor, Brave Strix, and Raider's Knight, because this is what allows you to go into Arsenal Falcon, because you would overlay this, and then you play Quick Up Magic Launch, and then you would go into there, and you would go to our Arsenal Falcon. And then what you're going to be doing is, for the last 2, you're going to be playing Darkness Metal and Strix. So Darkness Metal is what you're going to do to special summon Arsenal Falcon back from the graveyard to be able to go into Kali Yuga on your opponent's turn. And then Strix is going to obviously search for a level 4 Blackwing monster, so that way you can use that monster to overlay. So the object is for you to have Strix, special summon a level 4 from your deck, have another level 4 like Zephyros the Elite, overlay into Raider's Knight, activate Raider's Knight effect, go into Brave Strix, and then at the same time activate its effect to be able to get a rank up, and then activate Brave Strix's effect to be able to get and add another rank up. So, alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I know it was really fast. I do apologize. But when you know the combos as well and they're kind of stuck in your head, it's kind of easy to memorize them. And obviously this deck is one of the best Blackwing decks to play right now, especially in the competitive scene. But then again, any Blackwing deck can be competitive as long as you give it a try and as long as you know how to play with it. I know from experience that the deck itself can win tournaments and win games just based off the pilot. You could have a really crappy deck, but as long as you have a good pilot that can, you know, play and know exactly when to combo, know exactly when to counter, know exactly when to negate stuff, and when to go into certain cards at different times, then you're pretty much set in stone. And I feel like a lot of people bash certain builds, but in this day and age, Blackwings are at a very good place right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! We have so many different variants that you can play. You know, you don't have to just go into like either one Blackwing deck or another Blackwing deck. You have so many options, and that's what makes Blackwings a very versatile and very fun deck to play, because they have so many different ways to go into boss monsters, and there's so many different variants that you can play that if you choose not to play Kali Yuga, there's a King Calamity build. Like I said, there's a pure Synchro build. There's an Indestructible build if you wanted to have more fun. I mean, there's so many different builds that you can play in this deck. So, all right, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am going to be posting up a combo video going into how to go into Kali Yuga the new way, as we get onto our road to 500 subs, hopefully by the end of, you know, June, beginning of July. If not, I am still going to be opening up that Metal Raiders booster box, but I'm really hoping to get to 500 subs is like my ultimate goal. So I really do appreciate everybody that always watches my content. You guys rock. Thank you very, very much. Just from me saying that, I would not be here if it wasn't for you. Actually watch my video, as I've always said in the past. So just once again, thank you, and I just can't thank you enough. So, all right, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and with that, see you guys next time. Later.